Here I am in Washington, D.C., and I'm about to go to my friend Derek's first bodybuilding show. So I'm wondering, what made you decide to do this?
I had a bunch of people tell me, like, well, you're basically 90% of the way to a bodybuilding contest. You should just go all the way and see if you can win one and see if you like it. And so I kind of half committed to one for the first 4 months of like, well, it's just training and getting bigger anyway, which I enjoy. So why not? And then I finally got to the point where I was like, well, I should just do it and do the cut. And here we are. And I'm really hungry.
Yeah.
And thirsty and tired. Generally all around exhausted, weak like a baby kitten.
During the prep, were there any surprises, stuff that you didn't expect that might have taken you by surprise?
I was a little surprised by how much I cut my calories in order to continue leaning out, because usually I only have to cut a little bit, and then this time around, because I'm trying to get so absolutely lean and your body just wants to retain body fat, I had to cut my calories by a lot.
Like, what were you, like, at the start of your cut, what was your daily intake? And at the final stages, what was your daily intake?
Well, so I finished my bulk at around, like, 3,800 net. Mm-hmm. So with my typical exercise, around 4,500 calories a day. And then I just dropped down to maintenance for a little while, which would be 3,300. And then dropped from there down to 3,000, which is not bad. I mean, 300 calories under is about a little over a half pound of weight a week, technically. And then from there I went down to 2,600 for the last like 3 weeks, and that was absolutely miserable. Like, I was doing cardio just so I could eat more.
So no carb brain. How did that feel?
Fuzzy. It was actually worse on Wednesday. Like 3 days into the low carb is when you start to run out of your built-in muscle glycogen. So there's nothing left, and your body's still producing a lot of... It hasn't adjusted, so it's still producing a lot of insulin. So your blood sugar drops pretty low, and I was fuzzy and tired and sleepy and not really thinking super clearly.
So what's been the stupidest thing that you've done with your no-carb brain?
Well, I was trying to make cupcakes for a coworker's birthday, and I screwed up the frosting so bad that it just basically disintegrated because it was a whipped frosting. And then my fiance made some stupid joke, and I ended up throwing the bag of frosting at him, which made a mess on the walls that I had to then clean up.
Basically, if you're going to do what he's doing, your partners have to be incredibly patient and understanding.
And loving, and you have to figure out ways to make it up for them, like baking them scones and muffins and breads and things that you can't eat, but that they'll really, really, really enjoy for breakfast. And also sucking it up and going out to eat and not eating anything if you can, or finding restaurants where you can go out to eat. Like sushi. Sushi is perfect prep food.
Bless sushi.
Yeah. Carbs and fish, no fats. Or healthy fats.
So what's been the hardest part?
Definitely the diet. Like, I work in a professional office, so every day there's something new in the kitchen that I'm not allowed to eat. Coffee cake, muffins, cupcakes,
many of which
cookies.
you bake.
Some of them I brought in and made, but most of them, no. I did bake a lot of bread for myself, which you can't eat bread on a diet if you're not doing low carb, which is wonderful. But yeah, so the diet was definitely the hardest part, because we also do a weekly Friday lunch that's provided by the office, and it's always either pizza or Chinese food or something delicious but unhealthy that I'm not allowed to eat. For the last couple weeks, it was bringing in my own like baked chicken breast and rice, and I'd be sitting there and everyone else would be eating really delicious pizza, and I'm like, I really want some of that.
So we went to the gym last night for your final carb depletion workout. How are those?
How? It's been it was 4 straight days of just working out until I couldn't lift anymore. Lots of German volume training and drop sets, and just rep after rep after rep after rep.
The people watching might not know what German volume training is. Why don't you explain it real quick?
It's 10 sets of 10 with a 60-second rest in between, and you should be basically like dead by the end of it.
Yeah.
So I did bench on Monday. With that, I can normally bench 225 pounds for 20 reps. I did that for my German volume training, so 10 sets of 10, and I didn't even get 10 on the last 2 sets. It's harder than you think it is because the rests are so short and there's so many sets that you just run out of energy. And that's the goal of German volume training for carb depletion.
How much water are you allowed to drink tomorrow?
Essentially none. I'm supposed to be as dehydrated as I can be without even passing out. And I started that at about noon today.
I'm so sorry. Eclipse me! Oh! Out-angled! Out-angled!
I'm big enough that you can't out-angle me.
No!